Hey, welcome to Gold's Garage. I'm Alan Gold, and I like building engines, but I don't really like putting them in the car. But in some cases, you don't have any choice. So that's what I'm doing now. That is the engine that come out of this car, and this is the engine that's going in the car. And if you look under the hood of the car, you see the transmission is still there. It has not been disturbed. Now, back here. The conventional way of changing an engine, and if you read the shop manual for this car or many other cars, the way it describes the procedure is that you leave the transmission connected. That's a lot of extra work, and most of that work's done lying on your back. You have to disconnect the torque converter, you have to disconnect the transmission shift linkage, disconnect the transmission kickdown linkage, you have to remove the transmission mount, and then the drive shaft also has to be removed, and the cooling lines. I forgot to mention that, because it's, no matter how hard you try, it's almost impossible not to spill a little bit of transmission fluid when you do that. So, and once again, most of that work's lying on your back. I don't have a hoist. Many of us don't have hoists, and it's a lot more fun if you have one, but I don't. So what I did is looked at how I could get this engine out without doing that. And there's a few extra steps that you have to take in order to get the engine out. And this video is about getting it out. And when I get it back in, I'm going to give you another quick video of how, what I had to do to accomplish that. So here's what you have to do. You have to remove first of all, you have to disconnect the torque converter from the flywheel, which of course you have to do that. There are 3/8 bolts that have to come out, and then you have to secure the torque converter. I use a bungee cord to hold the torque converter into the transmission so it doesn't fall out. Of course, you got to disconnect everything on the engine as if the engine's coming out, the motor mounts, all the electrical wiring, connections, rod hoses, all that stuff. Remove the radiator just as if you're taking a normal engine removal. Okay. Then you have to support the bottom of the transmission with a floor jack to keep it elevated in the air so that it can come out. The hook has to be connected slightly forward of the engine, center line of the engine. Remember, even if you remove all 6 bolts that connect the engine to the bell housing or the transmission, you still have 2 dowels holding it in. And the motion that you need is pull it up and out at the same time. So by installing the hook slightly forward, you're able to do that. So you've got the transmission secured, you've got the transmission disconnected, the torque converter is secured, and I just wiggled the chain a few times and out it came. And that's the engine right there. Going back in is going to be a little different story. I have to do a few more things to enable it to go back in, because the trick is going back, you still have the dowels in place. The dowels prevent it from moving towards the rear of the car, and the motor mounts at the same time prevent it from moving down. So you have to accomplish both motions at once. I have a solution for that, which I'll put in the video that I make when I get the engine completed. So, thanks for watching this one. If you like it, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Give me a like if you like it. And thanks for watching Gold's Garage.